The revolution will now be televised.
Sweet, I gotta eat. With my hustle turbo, never gon' fall. Let it be known. Ain't nothing sweet about the heat. Let it be known when the doors low, then the guns blow. Ain't nothing sweet, I gotta eat. With my hustle turbo, never gon' fall. Let it be known.
I ain't spitting white lies, pumping niggas full of smoke. I'm on that block, I'm getting green, I'm pumping white bars of coke. Making broke niggas rich, teaching novice how to pitch. I made that switch, make yours. Matter of fact, fall back and forth. I grind with a cause, daddy, money's my motivation. I'm a rapper by choice, a hustler by occupation. And my street profession, niggas call me Connect. And hustlers worldwide, show that man respect. Hustlers worldwide, for that reason I collect. See, that feeling's mutual, I never deal with that usual suspect. A snitch nigga's always on deck to put your business on the fence, take cassette. Nevertheless, I put.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the Delgados.
We are live and direct on the set of the Delgados podcast, episode number 5. We are very, 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 very happy to bring you a special guest today. His name is KOLA OLOSUNDE, a very prestigious gentleman with a fine collection of whiskey. And as usual, I'm here with my cohort, my partner in crime.
Peace and blessings.
My eldest brother, Eric Giancarlo. What's up?
Hey, we all good, man. Happy to have you, KOLA.
Appreciate it. Thank you, gentlemen, for
Listen,
having me.
You finally made it. You was Hollywooding me for a little while.
Oh, yeah? He was
Hollywood, bro. This guy forget about it.
You know what it is? So this is the 5th episode.
Right.
My line number is 5. My lucky number is 5.
Is it?
So I'm right on time.
Wow. So you're right on time then.
There you go.
And with that being said, we're going to get right into it. You know, KOLA, I want you to tell the people a little bit about yourself in terms of where you were raised, your education, a little bit about your family background.
Oh, well, so you introduced me, right? KOLA OLOSUNDE. That is the Americanized version, courtesy of Mrs. Seltzer in kindergarten, 1979.
Okay, so why don't you give us the right pronunciation?
So in Yoruba culture, every single name has a meaning. We'll wait for episode 6 on my meaning, but it's Kola Wole Olosunde. So that's the correct pronunciation. But my background is Nigerian. I'm Yoruba, and
now, were you born in Nigeria or born here in the States?
No, I was born here in the States.
Born here in the States,
Brooklyn Hospital.
So you're an American Nigerian.
You got paperwork?
I don't know. Yeah, we might have to get Trump on. ICE may be waiting outside after this episode, bro.
They're gonna have to take me the other way. So, but yeah, I was born here, and there's very little difference between born here and born there in Nigerian culture. And it is said that Nigerians are the proudest people on the planet, right? And in our culture, there's very little room for error. You've got a few choices: doctor, lawyer, engineer, suicide.
Now, let me interrupt you for a second before we get into that part of it. Mm-hmm. Where were your parents born? Were they born in Nigeria or born here in the States?
Both born in Nigeria.
Both parents born in Nigeria. Yeah. Now, you and all your siblings born here?
No, my senior 2 siblings are born in Nigeria, and my 2 younger siblings are born here.
Where did you fall in line as far as the ages gap?
Smack dab in the middle.
Out of how many siblings?
2 up, 2 down.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what's up.
So, and that's why I'm very pleased to be here with you guys, because brotherhood and fellowship and camaraderie and that familial bond means a lot to me. It's sacrosanct as far as I'm concerned. So,
in the Puerto Rican culture as well, we also love the camaraderie and the closeness and socializing with each other. So in that way, the Nigerians and the Puerto Ricans are very similar.
Very much so.
As you know from hanging out with your boy right here.
Oh yeah, that I do know, and he's taught me quite a bit about culture. We've had hour-long conversations about Arturo Schomburg, about the Young Lords, about we've covered so much history over the course of years, and I'm
and vice versa. I can't wait to talk about how you pledged and who you pledged and who's a part of your fraternity. That's an amazing story to me.
And how long have you guys actually known each other now?
10.
10 years.
A decade. Yeah.
A dime?
Yeah.
That's a long time.
Casually at first.
Okay.
right?
I was thinking 5-6 years.
Casually at first, but when
We
we
said casually, but it didn't go to intimate. Pause that. I don't know if Kevin Mace.
Right.
we met actually, smoking cigars and drinking whiskey. That's how we met.
Okay.
And then, we just became friends. We had a lot in common.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. So, Kola, you were saying, pick up where you left off in terms of, how Nigerians, how your life choices are either doctor or, what did you say again?
Yeah, doctor, lawyer, engineer, suicide.
Now, okay, that's extreme. So why do you feel that in Nigerian culture, it's so important to achieve one of these labels, one of these statuses?
Well, for us,
why not fireman? Why not? You know what I mean?
you know what? I have the bluest of collars.
Okay.
So the arc of my professional development has been unique among my family, and I'm proud of the work that I do. I sort of circuitously went into a career in law enforcement. I was well on my way to medical school.
Okay. Now that's a big deviation. How'd you part down the road from medical
school? I didn't know
that. Yeah. So,
how'd you part from medical school and wind up in law enforcement? Tell us about that.
It's actually, some people say you do what you're good at or you do what you are. I found a way to do both, right? Okay. Enforcing the law sounds decidedly unsexy, right? The part that I love is actually helping people, saving lives, assisting victims of crimes. There's nothing like holding the hand of a widow or the mother of a murder victim and trying to convince her that everything is going to be all right, that we should put our faith in God and our confidence in the district attorney. It's quite a conversation each time. And I try to be good at what I do without being overly emotional. Why? Because unfortunately, there's always a next case.
But does your emotion sometimes get the best? Because I can imagine that a 17, 18-year-old kid gets murdered and you got to pull up on his parents and you're the first one to break this news. How do you do that?
It's extraordinary. It's difficult. There's really no proper way of doing it. It's unfortunately by feel. And there are no words of consolation. There are no words of real comfort when you have to hold the hand of somebody who is having the worst day of their life. When we have somebody who is young, obviously every homicide case is tragic.
Sure.
We would all rather be 99 years old, in our deathbed, surrounded by our children and great grandchildren, et cetera, et cetera. To die on the street that way or any way is always unfortunate. So emotion does creep in, but the moment that I become, say, hyper invested, that's the moment that I'm not necessarily quite as good for the next case. And unfortunately, there's always a next case.
I want to ask you this. Eric. And this is a question for Eric and then for you. I want you both to answer this question. You being from the background that you're from, right? Notorious hustler, well known in the trade. How do you become best friends with
this guy?
Now that's interesting because, your backgrounds are so different and you guys are so far to the polar opposite of each other, right? One guy enforcing the law and one guy professional at breaking the law. How did you guys nurture this great friendship that you guys have now, this great brotherhood? Did that ever come up where you guys spoke about that?
Well, when we first start hanging out tough, Kola never knew my background as far as that's concerned, right? When we got closer in friendship, then, I confided in him certain personal things about my life and my background. And he's not a judgmental person. He doesn't judge. He deals with criminals all day long. He always says, well, I don't even care if that's what you do, if that's the part of it. He does violent crimes. He's a violent crime guy. That's it.
Kola, I asked that same question, like you choosing the career path that you chose and then, Eric's background, how did that feel for you when he was like, you know what, I'm this guy, like this is the guy that I was. And he wasn't no regular guy. Sure. He was like He's a big timer. So for you to know that, did that sit well with you, or it wasn't even a thought?
It sat perfectly fine with me. Why? Because that's the man that he was, right? We are, I guess, the sum total of our experiences in life.
That's true.
But we are not the sum total of our decision making, right? Everybody should think about where they are and where they could be, whether they made one decision left or right in a certain way. We live in a country that is the richest on the planet, and we've got people who have stolen or embezzled or defrauded billions and billions of dollars, right?
Billions of dollars.
That's also a choice, right? But then there's a sort of credo among hustlers where I'm doing this more out of necessity rather than just to be a greedy hog, right?
And then to be fair, we come from very humble beginnings.
Sure.
Our parents were not professionals. I mean, my mom did elevate herself and graduate from college and become a teacher. But in terms of our finances, when we were children, we come from very humble beginnings. And a lot of the decisions that we made were solely based on finance, not on upbringing.
Sure.
We had great parents, Christian background, raised by wonderful family, our aunts and uncles and stuff. And, we made choices based on, the fact that we needed some money. It was solely financial.
Sure. I have a fun fact for Kola that he doesn't know.
Mm-hmm.
So I went to Claremont High School.
Of course.
In Brooklyn. That's where I met my lady Carla. Okay. So my major was dental.
Okay.
And I averaged a 98 percentage in that class.
He always had good hands.
Throughout the whole time I was in high school.
Okay.
But, I lost focus, man. I lost focus.
I know about losing professional focus.
I lost focus.
Sure.
Now, when you say you lost focus, right? Do you feel that hustling pulled you away from that, or was it something that happened before hustling? Because you weren't hustling in high school.
No. You were. We got this from you. You taught us. But realistically, no, not really. Not working a day job was really what I was not really into, that kind of thing, right?
You're dodging that bullet.
The day job
You're
thing,
trying to dodge
right?
that
And
bullet.
hanging out with Miguel Navarro and introducing us to the throwing parties and shows and those kinds of things, right? That's what said, you know what? I could make money and I could sleep late. I could stay out late, meet all
My
these
own
girls.
schedule, be my own man.
All these girls, I got groupies, right? So that whole lifestyle hit us early. The whole lifestyle of, not being famous, but trying to be.
As kids.
It's seductive.
Right?
It's seductive.
You get what I'm saying?
I get it.
We weren't famous, but I would say we were popular.
Oh, very popular.
We've always been very popular.
Very popular.
Sure.
Yeah, so back to Kola. I want to talk about your education, Kola.
Oh, well, I'll be very brief. I am a proud UMass alumnus. I'm a Minuteman.
That's what I heard.
From several different sources.
Yeah, right? Can't be believed. And so, like I said, you knock around a little bit, and I wasn't sold dead set on medical school. Much to my parents' dismay. So you dabble a little bit. Graduate school, et cetera, and I found myself in a law enforcement career, and there was something. Again, we use the word seductive. There was something that was just magnetizing to me about the deconstruction and reconstruction of a case, taking it apart, putting it together, looking at it with soft eyes, and being able to, basically solve for X. There's no greater feeling than putting it together and getting it right, other than, for me, when that foreperson stands up and says, what I love to hear him say, that is it's a rush. It's a professional rush for me. So
take a moment to tell the audience about you being an alpha and what does that mean to you?
Oh,
and why do you feel like alphas are better than everybody else? We had this conversation in front of other people.
Well, what I could tell you is that I just celebrated my 30th year in Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated.
Okay.
I'm a life member, and I stand in awe and reverent pride of the many men that have come before me. Martin Luther King, Charles Rangel, W.B. Du Bois, there are so many names that have been the precursors for like literally everything that I've done professionally and in many ways personally. Thurgood Marshall. There are ways to have a mentor that's not even alive.
Those
or
some
somebody
heavyweights.
that
Those some big
influences
heavyweights.
you. Yeah. When you ask why do I feel that Alpha Phi Alpha is better than the others, I mean I don't feel it, right? I know it. It's the fact. So
Shots.
no. It's like any other proud father, you know what I mean? I want to see my sons and grandsons and great grandsons do well. So, shout out to Qs, Kappas, Sigmas, and Iotas. You're welcome. The seat is held for you at the table.
Right.
But I am heir to such a proud legacy and lineage that one of the best decisions that I made in life. It's in my heart, and that's no lie. And the other things that we say that might not be podcast appropriate.
Got you.
But I enjoy it. It is a outstanding fraternity of men that show discipline, dedication, decorum. We bring repute and a level of pride that is uncommon. I mean, I'm being facetious with the other fraternities. They have the same founding precepts, but Alpha Phi Alpha's in.
I mean, you mentioned some pretty prestigious names with the recent
Rangel's Puerto Rican, just by the way, if y'all don't know.
Yeah. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. Now, with the recent passing of your fellow brother, Charles Rangel, had you had the opportunity to meet him?
I did.
Really?
I did. Several times.
Tell me a little bit about that.
Several times.
What kind of man was he? Was he as great as we think he is?
So the short answer is yes.
Okay.
The long answer is what makes a great man is he's a good man. Charles Rangel, so it's become a little bit, I would say common to use the word, yeah, he was a good guy, or he's a man of the people, right? When I say he was a man of the people, you will see him down in DC. He will stop. He will shake your hand. He will have conversations with you. I have gripped him half dozen times. A good man, a legislator that actually cared. It's one thing if you live in your district, but it's a whole other thing when you are answerable to the people that you serve. And it is a lost art, especially in our current political environment. And we need more lions like Charles Rangel. We need more men like that, more legislators like that, more people who care.
They don't make politicians like that anymore. He was really all about Harlem. I mean, the last interview that he gave, the way he spoke of Harlem with such pride and such dignity, and how he felt he needed to serve the people that were in his community, and the way in which he served them, like the years, the decades-long career of serving in that same district, living in that building. Crazy that he would get out of his car and walk in this building amongst the people, like amongst his constituents in Harlem.
Yes.
He lived amongst the constituents.
He did.
You can't say that about any other politician. I don't know any. I don't know any.
Sure.
I don't know any.
He lived an amazing life, one that we as alphas and we as New Yorkers should be proud of. It's amazing. A fun fact is Charles Rangel took the seat of Adam Clayton Powell Jr., another alpha.
It's just crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I knew that. I actually knew that.
We're all over
in the
the place.
70s? In the 70s? Oh, wow.
He's in the 70s, 60s, I want to say.
In the 60s,
don't quote
probably,
me.
yeah.
Don't quote me. But yes, I can't give you the year. But an extraordinary life and a
life well lived.
Well lived.
Full of purpose. A purpose-filled life. We're going to take a second to recognize our sponsor, without whom this would not be possible. We'd like to shout out Jack Turner Watches, available at jackturnerwatches.com. I'm currently wearing the Mahiko, made in Switzerland, Swiss movement, amazing timepieces, affordably priced. You won't be mad if you purchase a Jack Turner watch. Jack Turner timepieces.
Well, how soon do you want to get into the culture of the whiskey?
We about to go there now. I was actually about to transition and talk about, the way you guys met, which was smoking cigars and that whole camaraderie and this culture, and me, I'm a novice. I'm not a cigar smoker, and I'm also not really a drinker. But I'm excited to learn about this because I understand, based on what Eric was explaining to me, you have a collection worth several $100,000. Is this correct?
Yeah.
So we're getting close to $1 million.
Maybe.
But over
You're
years,
being modest. You're being modest.
Put that into context. That's over how many years?
This is over 2 decades. Over 2
So
decades.
20 years of collecting, and at this point now, you're and ballpark figure. I don't want you to confirm or deny.
Mhm.
We're somewhere upwards of $750K.
Be fair.
Wow,
That would be fair.
That's
That'd be
crazy.
Yeah.
Most people don't amass, wealth in the amount of $750K. The fact that you have this one asset, just this one particular thing that you collect, that's worth $750K. And sometimes you sip some of it. That's amazing to me.
Yeah. I'm a collector. I am by no means an expert, just a eager aficionado. I started drinking Macallan in college.
Okay.
This is when Bacardi Limon started
Who
getting
introduced
popular.
you to it, though? Who introduced you to
You know
this?
what? I can't actually swear to that. I tried it one time and I was hooked. It was, Macallan. And it just became, it got me.
Fiend.
It got me.
Turned
Yeah,
into a
yeah,
fiend.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, and I'm being honest. And, I've had some fine bottles of champagne. Maybe I spent $450 on a bottle of champagne. Most expensive bottle, maybe $675. And that to me is a huge amount of money for a spirit, for me to spend on a spirit.
Sure.
Like, if I'm out with family or friends and we spend, $600 or $700 on a bottle, hey, I felt like I spent some money, right?
Yeah.
Now,
yeah.
how much is your most expensive bottle? If you had to name one bottle, how much is your most expensive bottle?
Is it here today?
No. These are available. The ones that are on the side are custom design bottles made by my loving sister. She has her own site, Blinged by B. So she's obviously very creative and talented. The ones that are on the table are Macallan's 200th anniversary bottles. The Macallan Distillery's 200th anniversary. The most expensive bottle that I have, I don't know. I would have to do a valuation again.
Ballpark guess.
But the most I ever paid for a single bottle was about $13K. Yeah, that was.
God damn.
Yeah,
And
I need a drink on that one. Hold on.
Yeah.
Shit.
Well, let's
Let's
all
take a
drink to
sip.
that one.
And I want you to talk about what we're sipping on, this first one.
Cheers, brother.
So, cheers.
Glad
to
you're here.
you.
Salute.
Thank you for having me.
Salute.
Salute.
Thanks for coming. What are we sipping on right here, Cole?
Mm. So, this is a
Ooh, this is
Macallan
delicious.
Fine Oak. This is a 10-year. Yeah. Smooth
That's
is
crazy.
the word. Now, here's the thing. When you said you spent about $500, $600 on a good bottle of champagne, price is what you pay for it. Value is what you get from it. Right?
Sure.
Okay.
Don't look at the price. I honestly, to be honest, I couldn't tell you the difference between grape juice and some fine bottles of wine, right?
Right.
Scotch, I know. So I don't confine myself to a specific price point because there are some bottles that are very expensive, but not worth the taste. Then there are some that have very reasonable price points and they will knock your socks off.
And you're like, so for you, and just to clear this up for the people, it's not necessarily about price.
Correct.
So you're not a whiskey snob.
No,
It's more about what you enjoy personally, and you don't mind spending on what you enjoy.
I have a very important
Couldn't put it
question
better.
for you. I have
Couldn't
a
put it
very
better.
important question for you.
Sure, please.
Okay. And I'm only asking for the people to hear it because you told me this. Why Macallan more than any other whiskey that you collect? Why is Macallan like the Rolls Royce?
Great question.
I got to tell you, you just answered it because it's the Rolls Royce. It is unmistakable. It's undeniable. It's immutable. Pretty much anywhere you go, Rolls Royce is Rolls Royce. Macallan as a brand, they have distinguished themselves among distilleries for consistency. You know, they've got so many people under their distillery roof that see to it that every single ounce that is poured is outstanding in its balance, its consistency, its dynamism, everything from top to bottom. One of the best jobs they have over there, so somebody called the master of wood, right?
Mm.
And that's somebody whose only task is to examine the casks and make sure that every aspect of it is top notch. So their quality assurance is unparalleled among whiskey distillers. Don't get me wrong, there are other excellent ones. You've got Abelard, you've got Talisker, you've got Oban, you've got Balvenie, you've got so many others.
I'm a
but
big Balvenie fan.
It's excellent.
14,
You're never going to go
14.
wrong. The Caribbean cask.
I never had 18.
It is so there are so many that are excellent, right? But as far as balance and dynamism, I've never gone wrong with Macallan.
Now, what is the price point on the brand that you just mentioned, and what is the difference with the Macallans that you and Kola like to enjoy? Is Balvenie less expensive, more expensive, or are they in the same ballpark?
Balvenie 14 is about $100.
Okay,
Okay, and
so it's
then-
affordable.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I don't think that they make a 14. So what's comparable to Balvenie?
So Macallan makes a 15-year, but it's a fine oak. We're drinking 10-year fine oak, and
This is smooth though. If you told me this was a 20-year, I would have believed you.
I got to tell you, if you have anybody who is new to Scotch, get them a shot of this. They will not believe that it's whiskey.
Which one?
The 10-year.
Oh, this is. I never had this. This is crazy.
This is
Excellent.
smooth.
way
it's
better than the
excellent.
12.
It's got
In
a
my
sweet
opinion.
texture
It has,
to it.
it's got balance.
Yeah.
It's dynamic. It's sweet without being oppressively sweet.
Right.
You
It's
know,
not overbearing.
Exactly.
And then you get that natural leafy, oaky type of taste to it at the end.
I also have
Couldn't
another
put it
question for
better.
you. So there's two kinds of Macallan 12. There's a blue box and there's a black box.
Ah,
Why is that? I don't understand that.
okay. That's actually a great question. So Macallan, if you look at the box, you'll see exclusively matured in sherry oak casks from Jerez, Spain.
Okay.
So Macallan had a certain stock of these casks that they were maturing their whiskey in over the course of years. Those stocks became a little bit less. So in order to keep up with demand and production, they started to do what's called a fine oak line. So that is whiskey matured in Scotch whiskey Scotch whiskey casks, and then finished in a American cask. So why is that important? The flavor profile on the fine oak is going to be a little bit lighter, or substantially lighter than on the sherry oak cask. The sherry oak cask is matured in one cask for 12 years.
The whole time.
The whole
It stays
time.
right there.
okay.
That's it. So there's no, I think dilution is the wrong word. It's a single malt, so mixing is also the wrong word. But there's no marrying of Scotch whiskey casks as well as American casks.
Gotcha.
Before you
I
continue,
prefer- please.
I have a disclaimer.
Okay.
I have to say this before I forget. People, I don't drink this stuff here. He does. If the only time I drink this stuff is when I'm with him. I'm making this very clear. I am not posing. I buy 12-year anything, 14-year anything, but not this stuff here. I'm just making that very clear. All right, go ahead.
So that's a terrible disclaimer, respectfully. This is made to be consumed among friends.
Mm.
So when Eric says he only drinks
He
it with
knows
me,
why I said that.
he drinks this stuff. He drinks it. And I enjoying it with you gentlemen. That's the important thing.
Salute.
Good whiskey tastes better among friends, among brothers.
Before we go down into another topic, I kind of want to, understand, how did you get such an extensive collection? Okay, so you purchased one bottle,
Mhm.
you enjoy Macallan, you like drinking it. When did you realize, you know what? I'm going to get into this. I'm going to become part of the collector's culture, and I'm going to start purchasing bottles that are 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14,000. How did you go from being a casual drinker of this to being an avid collector? Explain
Wow,
that
that's
to
a good
me.
transition. Yeah.
Yeah, good question. Like any other addict, it started slow, and then I found myself coveting it, chasing after it, fiending for it, and I found myself on overseas auction sites, and similar to my spirit with regard to sports. I hate to lose more than I love to win. So when I would lose an auction for a bottle, I would be like, okay, how do I come back tomorrow better or, more solid in my bidding? And I just continued bidding. And I over the time, I learned to, let some go and then, try to watch the market trend, see which bottles are up, see which bottles are down, see which ones are staying level. I just continued to collect. I continued to build upon it and chase successive bottles. Like once I got one, the euphoria of that
rush.
is out. Yeah, but then the day after, I'm like, all right, what's next?
I have a finance question for you.
Sure.
Not your personal finance. I'm talking about with the whiskey.
Mhm.
So, okay, is this a plan to cash out one day at a profit? Like, does this grow like stocks?
Oh, it grows. It grows. There are certain bottles that are like meteoric rise. The Macallan first edition, that bottle I got in 2000, I want to say 16 for $89.
How many editions do you have?
So there are editions 1 through 6.
I know that. How many sets?
How many sets
Yes.
of those? I've got 5 sets. 5
You
times
got
6.
5 sets of the only editions?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
The way I got them is again, so edition 1 comes out and meteoric rise. That thing comes out $89. It's now today about $2,300 per bottle, right? So I wasn't a big math guy, but that's a significant percentage increase.
Now, let me ask you this, right? My
Mhm.
friend Edwin purchased an $8,000 bottle of Macallan, and it was bootleg. When he went to resell it, the person that he was selling it to informed him that the bottle was fake. Now, how do you avoid? And then what he learned was this is pretty common. Like there are a lot of people on the internet selling these bottles that are supposedly real that are fake. Like, how do you avoid getting caught like Ed got caught? Like, how do you learn the business to a point where, okay, I know who to purchase from, where to purchase from, and I know for a fact that this is an authentic bottle of Macallan?
So,
because they look so good, the bootlegs look so good.
100%. And like any other commodity, once something is worth something, there will be people who are looking to bootleg it. Macallan, in their interest, came out years ago with a, as you can see, holographic sticker,
Right.
and that has a corresponding number.
Okay.
And so you can actually put that number into a system, and it will show you
a database. It has a database.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So when I go to auction houses, it's always somebody that is, or a house that is reputable.
Okay.
You can't beat Sotheby's, right? Worthington's. There's so many individual ones that you have to make sure that what you're buying is also not too good to be true, right? We're all, consumers. If you go and I'm like, yeah, I want that S class, and they say that'll be $10,000, do not buy that S class, right?
Right.
So if you've got you have to do your research.
Right.
I am constantly, God forbid anybody ever gets a hold of my phone. Shout out to Puffy, and looks at my browser history. It's going to be all things Macallan, right?
All things Macallan.
I need to know where certain bottles are, and I'm such a fastidious aficionado type. I will buy a bottle, one of say 263 in the world, right? Macallan, exceptional single cask, and I'm not even on social media. I will scour social media looking to see who has opened up their bottles. While I'm watching them, I'm chasing my second bottle. So in one particular bottle, I think it's one of 265 for that one cask. I've got 5 of them. So percentage wise, I'm doing well. Now I want to know who's drinking theirs. When they're drinking theirs, the price or the value of mine
is climbing.
Tick, tick, tick. So that's, just another, just a little annoying habit that I have of mine. But Sotheby's is an excellent auction house.
So I kind of want you to explain what you have here on the table for the people, and talk about the value of these, and the different taste of these. Like, why these right here? Why'd you bring these to display?
So like I said, these ones are customized. That bottle of 18 That one goes for about $450, $500.
Oh, by the
Okay.
way, he gave me one for my birthday.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
How much is
nice.
that bottle worth now?
The one that I gave you years ago, that one's probably going for about 900 to 1,000.
Why didn't you tell me? I wouldn't have opened it.
Well, you know what? You got to sit on it. But these things are made to be consumed. I wanted you to have it as a gift to enjoy and to celebrate you. You know what I mean? You don't hold it for like.
She's tight.
I was
You know what I mean?
tight, yo.
No. Again, the price that I paid for it is not equal to the value that you derive
That's true.
from it and
That's
the
true.
bond and camaraderie that you and I share. So I wouldn't put a price on that.
I appreciate
in any
that.
way. So,
Cheers to that.
Definitely.
I drank mine. I'm waiting for my pour. This guy was-
I got you. There's more. So now that you got that in your palate, right? What I want from you is this is now the 12-year Sherry Oak. I want you to see
This is the black box?
this is the black box.
Okay,
right?
okay.
So now you're gonna get a different dynamism. You're gonna have a different dynamic and different balance on this one. Give that one a try. See what you think.
As opposed from the 10. So we jumped from
Yeah.
a 10.
Yes.
Now he's sipping a 12.
Yes.
It's a little more intense.
Yes. Yes.
Definitely a little more intense. A little more. The finish is a little, you know, I'm not gonna say harsh, but it's not that.
Okay.
That finish was super smooth. This finish is a little, you know,
It's stronger.
Yeah. It's got a little bit more heft on it.
absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
And when you say half,
But the
can I-
flavor profile is good.
Yeah.
Has a very good flavor profile.
when you say half, can I describe that as kick? It's got more kick.
So kick is like more of like a back palate thing,
Okay.
right? Like say spicy or tangy or sour, you know, like kick. On this one, it sits on the palate. It's very, very smooth, molassesy almost, right? But each one of these bottles, when you said about Scotch drinkers and snobbery, admittedly, you know, the guy who's drinking 10-year, he's the man until the guy who's drinking 12-year walks in.
Pops up, right?
And they're both the guy until the 18-year guy
So,
walks
pops
in.
up.
so I have a
Yeah.
question, a very
Uh-huh.
interesting question for you. Okay, so you say I know that you're a very competitive person. True,
Mm.
correct?
Very true.
Okay,
We play softball, by
Okay,
the way.
okay.
Yeah.
so now we already know upwards of 750 grand over a 20-year span.
Yeah.
Close to it or around about. Who else do you know, or do you know of anybody else who has a collection like yours that's worth more or to the extent of what you do with your stuff?
It's quite a few people. There's
I mean-
quite a few people. Like, I mean, there are, I am a relative novice collector. I've got a day job. There are some people that this is what they do.
This is their
buy
life.
and sell. This is their life.
They buy and sell
livelihood,
all day.
Right? Yeah. I mean,
Okay, amongst your peers then. Let's talk about your peers.
yeah, no.
Nobody's
It-
messing with you?
You know why? Because it requires you guys aren't bound by the FCC, right? Like
No,
you know,
we're good.
it requires a modicum of assholiness. You know, you got to be an asshole. Right?
Gotcha.
You have to just say, you know what? This is my price point. This is what I'm ready to pay. Like
I-
hell be damned.
I feel like when we're socializing outside and we go to different events, I feel like, it's like David, like, you know how back in the day when we were rolling and we bought nice cars and we went to the club and everybody pulled up at the valet to see what you're driving, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so this is, in my opinion, this is exactly like that. So like now we go to the events, everybody's pulling up bottles on the table to see what
For
people are
sure.
drinking. And when this guy comes in, he's a big bully because nobody has this stuff here, right? So everybody's putting their bottles down and they hiding. Oh man, this guy's messing up the whole thing.
It's a status symbol for sure. I was transitioning next to talk about the financial component of it.
Mhm.
When you said, does he have any peers in his peer group that have a collection that rivals his? You have to have expendable cash to do this.
Sure.
You can't just be like, you know what, I'm going to cop a $13,000 bottle and you make $60,000 a year, right? That's
True,
a nice
true.
chunk of your resources.
Mhm.
So kind of to answer your question, Eric, it's almost self-explanatory. It's like you have to have expendable resources to be able to invest $750K in spirits and then let it sit there and let it appreciate, you know what I mean? Without worrying about, oh man, I got to pay my mortgage or I got to do this and that. Maybe I'll sell a couple of bottles to cover this bill. Obviously you're not doing that.
No, but I'll be honest with you.
Right,
Like I
right.
said, when it comes to that, there's parts that people see. I'll open, say if we're at an event, Eric is talking about, I'll open up a bottle of 25 year, which goes for about, $2,800. I think that's a bit high for a 25-year-old Scotch. I could point to you quite a few 25 years in a far more reasonable price point. But like I said, it's made to be consumed, right? So I will open this up and let's pour among gentlemen, among friends. I opened it up on Father's Day, right? A lot of the guys in my peer group are fathers, you know what I mean? So let's get it. Why not? That's the part that you see. There have been some peanut butter and jelly weeks. Yeah, absolutely. There have been some, ham sandwiches. What are you willing to sacrifice in order to get what you want?
I've never opened a $2,800 spirit, but I will say this.
It's a giveaway.
If I'm sharing a $2,800 spirit, it better be with people that I hold in the highest esteem.
Sure.
I'm not just pulling up and popping a bottle of $2,800 spirit with randoms. That I'm not going to do.
Here's the thing, right?
Go ahead.
So you've got there are a few randoms. I'll be Eric lectures me about that.
I have to drink to this one.
Yeah, I'll drink to that because honestly, and here's for the audience, I can't afford $2,800 on a spirit, but if I could, and I'm not stingy, when we had money, we had money.
Sure.
We was doing it big, doing what we did. I don't mind sharing. It has to be with the right group
We
of
fed
people.
the masses for years.
For years.
Without anything in return, and I didn't care.
Ever.
Right.
But I'm not cracking. I'm not cracking a $2,800 bottle with the ops. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that right now, bro. But there's always ops around.
You know what?
I feel like so many people around us are low-key ops. They're not telling you they're the op, of course.
1000%.
And they're going to put their glass out when you open that Macallan 12. They're going to be like, yo, for sure, drop me some.
25.
25,
Listen,
right. 25, let me get it right.
But you know
But
what?
those are ops because they don't never pop one for you.
Never.
How many people? Okay, so
Hold on.
for you,
Capital N, never.
Hold on. Here's a question for you,
Don't ask
Kola.
that question.
No, I gotta ask it, and I want a firm answer from both of you.
I got a drink before.
How many of your cigar cohorts pull up on you on your birthday, Eric, and say, you know what? I'm going to crack a $2,800 spirit you. Kola, same question for you. How many people on your special occasion, your birthday, whatever, pull up on you and say, you know what, Kola, tonight I got you. I'm cracking the $2,800 bottle. Does that happen often?
I haven't seen it yet.
A few.
Okay.
Not 2,800. So I don't count the money. I count the gesture.
Sure.
Right.
That's
so
important.
But I'm being specific.
Guys
though.
guys like my guy Butter, he buys me bottles for my birthday every
100%.
year. Like
100%.
he doesn't go a year without buying me a bottle.
Shout out
and
to
a cigar.
Brother, prestigious gentlemen,
Absolutely.
cigar boys in the building.
Right.
man.
And there's other people, but I'm just telling you, like, it doesn't have to cost $2,800. He might buy me $120 bottle.
Maybe it's 150, 140, right?
Exactly.
Sure.
It's the gesture. Now
sure.
I can tell you, I've been smoking and drinking with guys for 20 years, and these guys never bought me shit. Okay,
I'm telling you.
okay.
Your birthday roll around.
and I be taking care of
It's
niggas.
coming in August.
And I be taking care of niggas.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm personally like a champagne drinker, so, I'll go out and, pop a couple of bottles, and a lot of brothers don't never pop none for me.
You know
Listen,
what?
you can't listen. You know what? People are scared of cola. They're afraid to buy him even a $250 bottle. Because it's so like he got this already. He's gonna look at me like I'm crazy if I give him this bottle.
But he probably wouldn't.
But
He
Cola's
probably
not
really
like
be
that.
happy that
Cola,
someone gave it to
It's a gesture.
That's right.
It's
if
a
you buy
gesture.
cola,
Sure, that
whatever,
counts.
he'll
Absolutely.
take a bottle of wine. He doesn't care. It's the gesture.
Absolutely.
Now, if you don't give him anything, man, I don't know. You're sus because
My question is specific about cigar culture, though, and I don't want you guys to deviate. You guys are being soft on this.
Sure.
I feel like you guys are being really soft.
well, listen, it's not that we're being soft, right? It's not the point. First of all, Cola's a gentleman all the time. I'm not so much. Cola knows my style. I shit on niggas all the fucking time. He knows me. He knows me, right? Cola, I shit on niggas all the time.
What do you mean by that? Expound on that a little bit.
Listen, I tell niggas all the time if they're not acting correct.
For example?
I'm
not I come
naming
around,
names.
I'm always asking for a stick. I always got my glass out. What are you telling me? I never bring a stick. I never give you a
like,
stick.
I'm like, yo, fam, you a mooch.
You let me know to my face.
Yeah, you a
Sure.
mooch.
You will.
Don't be
You
a
will.
mooch. Like sometimes you have to come to the table with something. You don't have to do it all the time because we
good.
all.
That's good.
You don't have to bring something all the time, but you have to bring something once in the blue,
Sure.
just to show me that you respect me. Now, it's a sign of disrespect that you always know that I'm gonna have something, and that you're good. That Eric ain't gonna say nothing. He always gives me. Yeah, I always give you because I don't care, right? But what you don't know is that everybody's talking about you. That you're a mooch.
Words spreading.
Right.
Words
And
spreading.
how
through the
long could I
culture.
protect you? If
Sure.
I mess with you because you're my guy, but how long could I protect you?
But you know what? That's part of it. When you said opening up that kind of bottle with the ops, right? You know, Eric and I, one of the best ways that we bond is over movies. We quote Scarface to like.
What do you know about cocaine?
He'll text me first thing in the morning.
Cola, I like you. There's no lying in you.
There's no lying in you.
Cola, there's no lying in you. But that Phi Alpha Eric, I don't know about him.
He's there. I know. So you gotta love it, right? So one of the movies that we constantly quote is King of New York. You're all welcome.
Okay, got you.
Right.
So even with the ops, the sometimes ops, listen, come, drink, enjoy. Here's the thing. I want you to go back and say, on Father's Day, at this event, I drank a 25-year-old scotch.
Like it was
Who poured
nothing.
it for you?
Doesn't even matter.
Doesn't even matter,
Right.
right? It's the gesture. You're all welcome. Here's the thing, right? If you are in the middle of a desert, a drop of water is a big deal to you.
For sure.
If you're in the middle of the ocean, drop of water is not a big deal to you. So I don't want to carry myself like I'm the ocean guy, but at the same time, yeah, we could pop that bottle. You could drink. You could still be the ops. We'll see you tomorrow. You know what I mean? And on the next day and the next day and the next day, there's more where that came from. So enjoy. Enjoy. And you know what? What it is I'm not trying to un-op you. You know what I mean? But you know what? You're all welcome.
Here's to good friends.
There you go.
Tonight is kind of special.
Introducing the Meridian, a sleek sports timepiece crafted for those who embrace uniqueness. Inspired by iconic luxury watches of the past, this daily wear masterpiece combines modern elegance with affordability, adhering to the go anywhere, do anything ethos. So join the VIP list at www.jackturnerwatches.com.
The revolution will now be televised.